Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. My name is Kenny, and folks, we're out in the sun again, as we are most of the time when we do videos, except on a few occasions of course. But now I'm telling you, it is a beautiful day here. About 70 degrees to start off with, bright sunshine, a little bit of wind. Couldn't ask for a better day. And let me tell you something, folks, I hope these days last right on through, but I don't believe that's going to happen, okay? Don't think so. But I want to show you something today and brag a little bit, if I may. You know that I'm a vivid four-wheeler. Let me just say I love four-wheelers. I want to show you mine today. I've got three, but I want to show you one that I use most. And let's get right into it, okay? You have seen this four-wheeler a few times in my videos. And now I want to show you what I like and what I don't like about it. And I'm going to show you a few factory defects, at least one. And sometimes that's a good thing. And well, I think things should be made known, because errors do happen from time to time. But what I like about this, let me tell you first, it's an 07 Yamaha Grizzly. It's a 700. And I'm going to tell you, it is a powerhouse. It is a workhorse. I use this for so many things. And what I like about it is it's got powerful headlights for nighttime use. It's got a 1-ton winch on it. Now folks, I used this four-wheeler, I used it to build my log cabin, and I used this winch to do the job. I pulled all of my logs with this. Every one of my logs, I pulled them to the site with this four-wheeler. Now, it is really high off the ground. It's almost a foot off the ground. This thing will go in the rough places. Now, it is a 4x4. It's four-wheel drive. Now let's go around the edges of this thing, and I want to show you some things. I've got big tires on this thing, and let me tell you, they grip the road. This thing is fuel injected. It's got a huge motor, which is about 47, 48 horsepower. Like I said, it's high off the ground. Now this motor, like I said, is about 48, 47 horsepower engine. It's got about a 4.8 gallon tank of gas. It's fuel injected. And it's also power steering. Now that's what I like about it, power steering. Now it's only got about 10,000 miles on it. Four-wheel drive, you just click a button here and you go into four-wheel drive, even four-wheel drive lock. And let me tell you, that is awesome. There's one little problem I have with it here, and I will show you. When we first bought this four-wheeler, it's an 07, okay? Now I've got the lid off of the tank here. I've got the lid off of it. But let me screw this lid off and show you what I had to do. This is a factory thing that I don't know if anybody has reported it or not. But this lid, I had to change the lid on it. And I had to drill a hole in the top of this lid. Right here, I'll show you with my finger. I had to drill a hole in that and run a tube inside that tank to release the air. Now, some of you folks that own Grizzlies, you may understand, because you may have the same problem. But this thing, the gas in it, before I put that tube in that and changed that cap, hit the gas would get as hot as the radiator that's about ready to boil over. And now that's extremely dangerous. If Yamaha didn't or don't know about that issue, they should. And that's the problem I had with that fuel. I've had the gas in it would be so hot that it would bubble, and that is extremely dangerous. But this took care of the problem when I put that tube in that cap. It took care of it. Now let me go on back to the rear, from the front to the rear. I can show you that I added extra wide tires to this. This set of tires has not been on there very long. They're practically new. And I put them on there in order to get the traction. A little bit extra. This is not what the factory requires, the size of the rear tires. These are about 3 or 4 inches wider than the factory tires. Now, back here, we have a lot of clearance. This thing is really, really wide. And like the front, it's also very much high up off the ground. Now I have my own trailer hitch, and I pull massive loads with it. There's another problem that I have with the Grizzly. I love the Grizzly, but the CV axles in this, it's got 10,000 miles on it. The CV axles, I have already replaced them one time. They are really, really rough on the CV axles, but I have replaced them one time. And they're not that hard to replace, but they can be, if you don't know what you're doing, they can be really, really rough to install. Now back here, it has its racks. I carry all kinds of stuff on this with these big, big racks. And let me tell you, you can put anything on that and haul it. And here the other side, the tires. Now, this thing has got a padded seat on it that you can appreciate when you stay in the saddle half a day or all day, or however long that you stay there. Let me tell you, that super padded seat is really, really comfortable. Now I'm going to start this thing up, and in a very short time we're going to go for a ride. Now, let me show you, or tell you rather, this thing has got power, and that is great for utilizing it around your homestead or around your farm, around just anything. But let me tell you, I have had this thing. It is so fast and so much power, and I don't recommend you do this at home. But I tell you, I have had this thing on a gravel road, and I have driven it almost 100 miles an hour. This thing will go that fast. It's got that kind of power. But I will tell you, I won't do that again. Okay? So trust me on that. Now we're going to give this thing a spin. Now it's one thing, it is one thing to see how a four-wheeler operates or performs on a flat surface. It's one thing to see that, but I want to take you up a rigid, rough mountain and show you how this four-wheeler performs, okay? So you hang around and we're going to give you a little ride. All right now folks, we're going to give this thing a test drive up the steep place that I was telling you about. This will show you how this thing will handle the big hill. So let's go. We're going to make a right turn, folks, and we're going to go up that hill. But I want to lock this thing in four-wheel drive low. Back down the mountain, folks. This is the hill that we came up. We're going back down the hill. All right, folks, we hope that you have enjoyed this little ride. We just wanted to give you that test the heel test actually, because this thing will climb just about any mountain far better than anything else that I have ever tried. Let me tell you, it is powerful, it loves hills, and I love it. I love it. Now, I paid about $8,000 for this four-wheeler back in '07. And if I had to guess, I would say roughly now anywhere from 12 to 1,500 or 15,000, excuse me. Yeah, yes, I would be comfortable in that range. Today's prices they have escalated, so I'm going to think between $12,000 and $15,000. But this is a four-wheeler that I've had since '07, like I said, and I'm pleased with it. And I highly recommend that if you're looking for a four-wheeler that'll get the job done and give you plenty of power, let me recommend the 700 Grizzly to you. So there you have it, folks. And we will say this to you. We appreciate you for watching our videos. And if you like this, give us a thumbs up while you're at it, okay? And go ahead and subscribe to the channel. And as always, you have a wonderful, blessed day. And we will talk to you later.